Want a faster serve? Be like a caveman. Let's go. One of the most common questions we get asked is, how do I get a faster serve? Everyone wants a fast serve. I reckon if you ask players on the tour, even they would want a couple of miles per hour more. Maybe they should buy our online course. We'll send them some links. Now, when talking about the serve, you can go through all the minutiae, all of the tiny technical adjustments to maximize the speed of the racket and maximizing the speed of your serve. But this one today is about your mind. It's about channeling some inner power, some ancestral heritage, some ancestral strength. I can promise you, you won't have heard of this before. This is unique to us. It is a complete mindset shift that is going to transform your serve. I'm going to hand you over to Ben, who is going to take you through the concept, the mentality shift of serve to kill.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of serving to kill, we have to make a couple of clarifications. I'm sure you will have heard before at some point that a serve is a throw. It is. You use exactly the same muscle patterns, the same sling systems to perform a tennis serve as you do an overarm throw, also a punch and a kick, but we'll leave that for another day. The most important thing is that if I say throw, you can literally sub that word out and use serving to mean exactly the same thing. When you serve, it is an overarm throwing motion just with a tennis racket in your hand. And that is really important. It's really important because humans have been throwing or using a powerful overarm throwing motion basically since the dawn of humanity. It is one of the most critical components in our sort of survival as a species. We used our ability to throw or essentially lunge and stab. Think about spearing something or launching something, a rock, a spear, anything big and heavy. We use that to survive. We use it to defend ourselves against predators. We used it to hunt against prey. If you imagine for just a moment, you and your ancestors are walking through the wilderness and you get a little bit hungry, and in the distance you spy some lunch. Let's say it's a nice wild boar, for example. You need to kill that wild boar. You need to make sure you get it onto the ground so you can butcher it, kill it, and eat it. Now, problem is, if you throw too gently, it's not going to do the job. If you throw inaccurately, it's not going to do the job either. And unfortunately for these poor ancestors of ours, they didn't have tennis coaches there telling them exactly how to do it. They had to learn for themselves. And this is really, really important because the emotional driver, the key thing sitting all over this, the umbrella, is serving to kill. In their case, throwing to kill. If they did it too gently, it wouldn't have worked. But they didn't need someone to tell them that. Their stomachs would have given them all the feedback they needed. So when you are playing tennis, and when you are developing your serve, we need to make sure that we keep that same emotional driver hanging over everything to make sure that we're not losing focus of what we're trying to do. The overarm throwing motion is developed to keep us alive by killing things. So when you are serving, we need to make sure that we are trying to kill the ball. We are throwing fast and hard and aggressive, trying to stay alive. We are hooking in to our instinctive human nature. That's why we develop this ability to overarm throw, and that's why we need to be able to do it now on a tennis court as well. So just think, when you're about to serve, if you do this too gently, would it bounce off of the pig, or would it spear your lunch? That's what you're trying to do every single time. You cannot do an overarm throw gently. If you try and do a gentle overarm throw, the first thing you will notice, the first thing you'll feel, is it doesn't feel like a throw anymore. And that's exactly the same problem we have with serving. If you try and do a gentle serve, it doesn't feel like a proper serve. And this is essentially because it doesn't make any sense. We do gentle and precise with underarm throws, very close, very careful. Just imagine if I said to you, I need you to throw, I don't know, your phone into a pile of cushions. You wouldn't launch it overhand, you would just do a gentle little pop underarm. And the same way, if you had to throw something as far away from you as possible, there is no chance you would go for an underarm throw. Overarm throws are fast, they are powerful, they are aggressive. Serving, as I'm sure you know, is a throwing motion, so it needs to be fast, aggressive, powerful, and you have to serve to kill. You are going to access that layer of instinctive power that you need to really throw your racket properly. That is serving to kill, and it is one of the, if not the most critical component in a good tennis serve. If everything else is perfect, you've got the most beautiful biomechanics, the most perfect timing, you've got this lovely fluid motion, but you are doing it gently, it is not going to be a fast, effective serve. So, job one, make sure you are serving to kill.
There you have it, serve to kill. Primal instincts, Ben.
Yeah, it is one of the easiest ways of making a serve faster, because all it is just a picture in your head. That's all you have to do, is just go, if I was out there trying to hunt my dinner, would this work? Am I doing it fast enough? And if the answer is no, just change it up a bit.
Yes, it really sort of guides you into an explosiveness and an aggression, which is what this is all about, right? It's all about trying to get speed on that serve, and without this sort of mentality, and to me that's the big thing. There's so much minutiae of technical change that you could possibly make, but actually a big mental shift like this is far more effective. Yeah,
I think that's the thing, is this is the emotional driver that sits above everything else. Those other little technical changes are 100% valid if this is still happening, and that's the point. You've got to be serving to kill. Everything else will then follow from that.
We hope you enjoyed this tip, and we'll be serving to kill in no time. We have actually curated a full serve speed online course, which you should definitely check out if you enjoyed this, because this will give you everything you need to slap down serves at your opponent.
That's what we want, right?
Exactly what we want.
Here we go.
There's links in the description. There will be links in our bio. You won't be able to miss the links for this course.
No, so if you want to have a faster serve, this video would have put you on the right track. If you want all of our information, hit that link below and you can get our online course right there.
Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, so you never miss a thing from PH Tennis.